Yeah.
Crazy. It sound crazy. Oh, take it the wrong way. When she was 18, I tried to get her to make her own because of the spike.
And that's when I turned it off. All right, I'm not gonna lie. If there was something else later on,
that thought been in his mind. He premeditated it because he already said when she turned 18, I'm gonna have her make a OF. That's crazy. All right, chat. So this video that we're gonna look at is pretty interesting. Okay, so the Newman family, obviously we already know their basketball history, but lately they're in the social media status or whatever you want to call it, but they are not doing too well. Okay, mainly I'll say Julian, because his mental right now, it seems like the morals, the understanding of who a sibling isn't there. I want to get into this video, check it out, and just gonna see what his mindset is and like where he's at. Okay, all right, check it out.
was Hello Newman's.
It's Prodigy brand over here. Forget that BBB, put an X through it.
Put an X through it. With father Jamie Newman pushing his son Julian as the next basketball prodigy. Because even at an extremely young age, Julian was already attracting millions of views from his amazing dribble package. All right, here he is on Good Morning America, showing off his repertoire.
Oh, all right.
And his dream was simple, all right, to become the greatest NBA player the world has ever seen. But his sister, on the other hand, Jaden Newman, had a slightly more complex dream. She wants to become the first female NBA player.
The first female NBA player? First female NBA player. Okay.
Not WNBA. Like Ennis Cantor. Now, if you can't quite remember who Jaden was, but she looks familiar, she's also the girl who did this.
Can you follow me back on Instagram?
Yeah, I don't run it.
Huh?
I don't run it.
That's Jaden Newman. This is actually a clip from their reality show, all right? The Hello Newman's show. And you're probably wondering at this point, why am I talking about the Newmans in the Big 26? Well, unfortunately, recently, Jaden Newman's Snapchat got hacked. And videos of her, doing the deed have been released on the internet. I didn't get to see the leaks myself. However, just based off the news, apparently this was really bad. It's a super sad situation. But instead of doing what every family should do, all right, protecting the daughter, okay, the sister, the Newmans are actively capitalizing off of this leak. Going on like a press run, all right? We're talking TikTok lives, making multiple podcast appearances.
Now, this is where I'm like, where, especially for the father aspect, why you think this is good? To see something that should be sacred and only meant for a husband, a wife, whatever it is. Why something so sacred that you are trying to capitalize off of? Me as a father, I'd be devastated. I wouldn't want no cameras on me. I'd be in the background like, you want to talk to me? Come to the house. Ain't no way I'm gonna be out here. Yeah, she did this, man. It was alright, but we gonna be alright. Like all that, nah.
Making YouTube videos, laughing and joking about the situation. Like, what? This is a YouTube thumbnail that Julian Newman himself uploaded. I don't even think that's Julian.
That's not Julian, that's AI. I know AI. I know AI when I see AI.
The AI prompted this thumbnail. Like, what am I looking at? Watching how their entire family is handling the situation is exactly on brand with how the Newmans were growing up. Because if you go back and watch the Hello Newman show, all the show contained of was two things, okay? Just the dad, Jamie, yelling at Julian, or it's them capitalizing off the Ball family. And surprise, surprise, the kid didn't make the NBA. The dad was like 5'4", right? You slap the prodigy label on your son, really setting up your son for success there, right? And of course, Julian goes on to play college, but just doesn't work out at all. Losing games 23-109, and
bro, but he only had one game where he only shot over 10 shots. So that's not terrible. Especially, I mean, dang, LLLL. Ooh. Crazy.
naturally the family's hype starts to die down.
Kyrie, let's play some ones. You feel me? Steph, all respect to Steph, but Steph, he can't fuck me in the ones.
He's just trying to get people to, he rage baiting. I ain't
gonna lie.
In an attempt to come back to relevancy, Julian starts going on podcasts saying the most outlandish things that you can imagine. Basically just farming, rage baiting, right? Learning from his father. Then he tries to merge into the 1v1 scene, starts getting in some scuffles, which ultimately led him towards the influencer boxing scene. He's doing whatever it takes to get back to relevancy, on the other hand. And unfortunately for them, when this leak came out of his sister, he tries to do it again.
Let's talk about it, man. Since y'all want to be weird, acting like y'all sisters don't be getting thrashed, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't be getting cracked, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a weird comeback to say, bro. And you smiling, but like, I wouldn't even want to think about that about my sister.
I crack some of y'all sisters, man. I'm just playing.
So at first he tries to defend his sister, right? Although there was like a little joke there at the start, at least he's, you know, doing what a big brother is expected out of him. I thought for the first time in my life, I was starting to see more of the human side of Julian Newman. Until I get to the 136 mark in this video.
To look at the brighter side of things, on a positive note, she gonna be bigger than Kim K, man. Like,
why would you want that for your sister? Why? Well, everybody thinks she's just piece of meat. When you get exposed to certain things and making things norm, like going through multiple people, not. You think it's normal. Get desensitized to it. That's how I feel too.
Oh, you know, that's a good way to look at it, Julian. You know, I never really thought about it from that angle. Glass half full mentality. Like, it's the right mindset you got there, Jules.
she an actual millionaire, bro. She not worried about none of that. This just made her more rich. We finna make her Kim K level.
Like, what is he talking about?
Hey,
This guy
y'all
just
ever heard
compared
of the
his
saying, all
younger
money, not good
sister
money? This is
to
one of them.
Kim Kardashian. I understand you're trying to defend your sister, but this is not the right time to flex money and views. But the pain doesn't end here, all right? Then he takes his talents over to TikTok Live.
Did he watch the video? No. Stop asking me that. All right, I'm be honest.
The farming.
I can't defend that.
Doesn't end
I
here
can't
either
defend
because he then starts making guest appearances on multiple podcasts. The first podcast here
Out of
is
all places,
One
no
Night
jumper,
with
all
Steiny.
they
It's
is
the same
drama.
podcast where MPJ said this,
But I'll throw on some entertain and see how they react.
Yeah.
and he proceeds to have this interaction with host Steiny.
So I obviously saw the stuff of your sister.
Yeah.
I went and checked it out.
You told me you spent a couple hours on that.
I checked it out.
Christ.
Not a couple hours. Like less, probably an hour. Fire, I'm not gonna lie. Like it was pretty good.
No.
What? It was good. I want to do my research.
bro.
Okay, well I went and checked it out.
His mom right there.
Listen, I'm a straight shooter. I keep it real.
Like the parents high as y'all. Like my stomach feels. I feel so sick watching, listening to this, bro. I don't like y'all. Put it in the comments, like, how in the right mind as a family y'all think this is cool, especially you have a daughter, dude. That's nasty.
His was in the same room while they had that interaction just now. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe I share this planet with these type of people. I am bamboozled, hoodwinked, run amok, led astray at the fact I just witnessed that podcast interaction. That might be the worst basketball podcast moment in the history of human civilization. And listen to how Julian responds to this.
Yo, this shit is wildin', bro. He's hilarious. I mean, bro. Yeah, I mean, you're allowed to have that opinion.
Yeah.
In the public.
Yeah, it's all good. I just watched an hour of my sister getting plowed.
No, this is how the enemy creeping in. What we think is bad is good and good is bad. Like, this is bad. He posts to, like, freely selling or sister sibling off to everybody on the internet. Everybody that's viewing it, you're applauding them for that type of. Like, all of them are attached to her. If you don't think so, they are spiritually attached to her now by one, watching it, two, accepting it, and three, continuously allowing it to circle in their mind. Like, dang, I can't wait to get home because I'm watching this sister. That's not right at all.
It's chill. So then to make things better, all right, a little less heated in the podcast room, they bring over like a boxing championship belt to wrap around his shoulder, make him feel better about himself, I guess. And later on, they ask him what his initial reaction was when these tapes were leaked.
For a few days, I was pissed. Told my dad I ain't Twitter, all types of stuff for
Nope.
sure. When you realize you can't do
Nope.
nothing about it, and why not capitalize off of it? They saying all this they saying before I say.
Nope. That's not how you come at it. When you mad, stay there. Nope. I ain't gonna say stay mad, but stay disappointed. You disappointed, okay? Don't try to be like, okay, I can't do anything about it. It's already out there. Everybody got downloaded the video and stuff. Now I'm gonna capitalize off it. No, don't capitalize off it. Stay your ground. Once you conform to the things like that, that's worldly, you lost. You submitted. You gave up. Gave up, bro. The family all gave up. They're like, oh, well, whatever. We're going to capitalize off it. Not all views, good views. Not all money, good money. That is facts. The devil can bless you in all types of ways. When you fall into the love of money, fall into the love of views, you idolize it. Once you idolize, your heart is getting deceived, twisted, pulled, yanked, moved all types of ways.
Anything.
So you heard it from the man himself, all right? If you can't do anything about it, it's going to be on the internet forever anyways. Why not capitalize off it?
So why not come out and defend yourself and explain what happened and let the world know she can be bigger than Kim K? Because like you said,
This is not defending.
For that.
How's that defending?
I don't think you. I don't know if you're big enough.
That would be huge. I'm not asking. I'm just
Come
saying,
on,
like,
Steiny. No, she would never, gang. Come
You
on,
don't think
man.
so?
That was
I just can't believe they're making these types of jokes in front of him and his mom, and they're not doing anything about it. But then they go on a second podcast. Now, this podcast is the one, all right? Listening to this one this morning felt like entering a coal mine. Because the first thing that the host does is explicitly state that this time, the dad is in the room.
Tell me about your dad's role in it, which for the record, he is in the room. So
he paved the way for people like the Ball brothers and shit like that. Obviously, they're far, like $300 million contracts. But we came before then. Before then, all you have is, you know, like I said, Joe Jackson and Serena Williams' father, like Tiger Woods' father, shit like that.
Joe Jackson, Earl Woods, Richard Williams, Jamie Newman. This has to be advanced CTE. But later on in the podcast, he then explains why he didn't make the NBA.
Certain things that happened in my career, in my life, that were like not my fault. When it comes to like, I had an agent out of high school. He had bigger like NBA clients and stuff. So he was selling us a dream. We can go here, we go there. If not, we go to G League. And basically, we spent our time there. Basketball wise, messed that up. I could go overseas and still, you know, get paid to play basketball, like El Salvador or, you know, China or whatever. But I get paid more to be an influencer staying here in America.
You know, I turned it down. Overseas basketball? I don't do
not
that.
all
Ben
influencers
Jackson
is
offered
good
me
influencers,
15,
man.
10, 5 million. No, I turned it down. Chose to be an influencer boxer instead. But then we get to hear from Jaden, the real victim in this entire situation, and what her initial reaction was like after these leaks went out.
Yeah, I cried for sure. And then after I just came to realization, like, it's like my parents were saying, like, it's already out there. There's nothing you could do about it. So at this point, you just gotta capitalize off of it.
The family conformed. They compromised. They compromised to the devil. Look, the eyebrows look like he manifesting already, man. Sister, in her heart, she broken, bro. She broken.
So it's clearly the parents that feel like they haven't printed enough money, enough views, engagement off of their two kids. Even after a situation
This
where
is
their daughter
what it
gets
looks like when you
leaked,
sell
they
your
still
kid to the
feel
devil.
like it's not enough. They need more.
Sound crazy. It sound crazy. Take it the wrong way. When she was 18, I tried to get her to make OnlyFans because of the spike.
And that's when I turned it off. All right, I'm not gonna lie. If there was something else later on that was useful, informational, I don't care. So of course, with all the
That thought been in his mind. He premeditated it. Because he already said, when she turn 18, I'm gonna have her make a OF. That's crazy.
fuel that the family is pouring on Jaden Newman's fire, the internet starts making videos like,
Would you rather be 650 pounds or Julian Newman right now?
you know, clowning him. I don't understand why this family is going down this route. Like, why are you taking advantage of your kids, laughing and joking, showing up on podcasts, monetizing off of this situation? Especially if she got hacked and leaked like this.
Yeah, this is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. Don't conform to the devil's way and tactics. All money isn't good money, and all views ain't good views. You don't want to be viewed for things that isn't giving no good value, because you sowing seeds of just immorality, sexual immorality, bro. That's nasty, bro. That's nasty.